The fires of the riot have cooled, but the city is far from quiet. Beneath Mangagoy's cracked streets and fractured wards, something stirs. A whisper without a mouth, a shadow without a source. In the wake of the Embermoon Surge, threads unravel, glyphs shimmer in forgotten alleys, and names echo where silence once reigned. The Ashen Vanguard speaks of stabilization, but the pulse beneath the stone says otherwise. Smoke coils into the pale sky over the Ashgate District. The streets are scorched with sigil burn and riot magic. Sanctified glyphs flicker erratically in the broken wards, and the remnants of divine shock still thrum in the cobblestones. The party stands amongst the aftermath, fresh from their clash with the Glyphbearer Agent, a corrupted caster of unknown order wielding sigil-anchored magic, weaponized ritual glyphs, and binding light. The agent's spells immobilized some of the party members, sheared through both flesh and essence, and reweaved her vitality. But she did not fight alone. Accompanied by Memory Hounds, twisted psionic beasts steeped in mental residue, and masked cutthroats trained in distraction and assassination, the agent nearly turned the stairways of Ashgate into execution and extrication grounds. Now the streets are silent but raw. The last echoes of divine power still tremble in the fabric of the city. As the party regroups, maps burned and secrets spilled, they are no longer chasing the storm. The storm is chasing them. And with that, I will bring you guys back to where we ended last session. In the city streets, in the aftermath of battle. And welcome back. I will start the clock. And I will unpause the game, and we'll see where the... So we had just got done looting the bodies last time.
Right.
Everybody is at full health except for Lunaire, based off of what I looked at earlier today.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And that's where we begin.
Glyphbearer Agent.
I can't see
so many
anything
status
right
effects.
now.
You can't
Or
see
maybe
anything?
That might be my connection.
It has loaded in for me. Things are.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah. It just took a little bit. All right. But yeah. You notice Tian would sort of fall to one knee at this point and say, "Why did this happen?"
Chronicle.
After us for some reason. I'm gonna see. She seemed to be the leader. See if there's anything on her.
There were some items on her that you guys took last session.
Yeah. Forget which ones was on her. Did she have any identifying things to tell us who she was?
She did have, I believe, some papers on her, as well as, I'll actually go back to,
They're not my. I don't know. Who
Yeah, I think you guys were.
I think it was the sigil ribbons. Was
Yeah,
one
so
of
the
things that
sigil
on
ribbons
there.
was one of the things. But there was, I thought we had an,
some kind of note.
a-
or
It
something.
might
a
it might be
note.
in someone's inventory.
Right,
not in someone's stash.
So if I go to items, there was a burned map. I'm going to go ahead and retoss these things into the party stash because one of the two that are not currently here may have those. So the first one was a...
Sigil ribbons are in the party stash.
Yep.
So,
We have to figure out who's going to use that.
so there's a burn map down in the treasure that I just re-added in there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the tether point for Dawn.
There was a folded letter that's now in there. And I believe that is it as far as the things other than the items that were put in there. Yep.
When they say Concord, is that like the name of the leaders of the city or something? Or do we know what it means?
That would be a recall knowledge check.
Alright.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey guys, sorry, I was late. I'll be here proper in a second. I just thought I'd
Okay.
join the VC. Sorry about the delay.
Yep.
No, you're good.
Tian would sort of look around sort of hastily and say, but if they were after me, then Father might be in danger.
Would he be called a scribe?
No, but
Well, it says the boy must not deliver the scribe syllables to the Concord.
So what you
So-
remember, let me get back to that scene about any mention of Concord. It will let me select you. Oh, helps if you have it on token selection. There we go. Is this the Eternal Concord is a diplomatic organization devoted to mediating disputes, forging peace, and averting armed conflicts throughout Khanda. They act as arbiters in guild wars, disputes, conflicts, and such.
Are they one of the organizations that you can join and stuff?
It would be probably one you wouldn't join, but it is one of the public factions, yes.
Okay. I didn't remember if it was one that was listed in the things you'd given us before.
Yes, but I don't think in as much detail.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. And is there a representative of that in the city?
You probably have to ask around.
Yeah, okay.
They normally are out of they're based out of the city of Boba, you know that.
Can I do a recall knowledge on who the scribe is?
Sure. With that one, not much. Basically nothing. It's somebody who has written something.
Yeah.
That's
Oh well.
Maybe
and
we should.
The Kethorns is one of those nobles that we think are traitors, right?
yes, you have seen that name several times.
And the Highhold Rise, is that a late part of the city?
Yes, that is. If we go to
Noble into the district.
yeah, it's one of the noble districts.
So we got some more evidence against the Kethorns at least. But we still need to get more because they didn't tell us much.
We go here. That. Yes, so as you go to you do that thorough investigation looking for any more items around. Anybody that actually I'll do it from my end. I'm gonna go shift.
Put the thingy in the chat.
That's what I'm gonna do. Hello.
Under is being difficult.
Yeah, no, it's not being difficult. It's my mind. I was prepping for my next Monday's D&D session, and I was looking for an investigation check. There isn't one in for PF2e. We'll go with that.
Is that supposed to be public?
Maybe not, but we're making do.
Supposed to be what?
Is it supposed to be public?
It's okay if it is.
Okay.
It's just more of your searching as you guys search the rubble in the area from this battle.
Where are we heading to before this attack?
The actual words you guys used was something you're gonna go search out skullduggery in the city.
Yeah, yeah, that was me.
I
Looking for some
rewatched the video.
skullduggery.
Yeah, that was one of my specific things when I was doing session prep yesterday. Was I had to rewatch the video to try to figure out what you guys were, where you were actually heading. You were there just basically going to try to make sure that the riots were quelled.
Pretty much, yeah. We
Now we
went
have
out to
an
look for
actual
trouble.
Place to go look for stuff at the higher rise.
Yeah, so that's in general where you were gonna go.
Given this attack and the information.
While
that's
you're
what we're seeing.
Trying to stop us.
searching around here, hey, get down. I can talk to other people, not just you, puppy.
Sorry.
The two sections of the alley where the glyph runes are, you see the burns where the glyphs exploded. There are crates along there that have been splintered. One of the walls, right where one of the bandits was initially hiding out, right over there, has a half-melted sigil etched into its stone facing. And, Tion, since you were down, what is going on here? I'm going to say Karnak is the one that discovered that during the search.
I was going to say, I noticed Hazel isn't here with Effie. I imagine it might be because it's past midnight for us here, so they might have fallen asleep. If you want, I can quickly try and call them on Discord to see if that wakes them up, or we can leave it. It's up to you.
You can try.
Yeah, I'll go try quickly.
Yeah, have a go.
If not, then they
Yep.
will rest, and we will die, and they'll come back.
Yep.
Yeah. Is that F at the end?
back.
But yeah. Here's a hoping.
Yeah, so over here, Karnak, you see a glyph burn, half-melted sigil etched into the stone facing there.
You let us know, I guess.
Yeah, I could point it out.
All right,
Anyone got any knowledge about runes here? I'm looking at squiggly lines right now, and I'm
gonna do a
I need-
recall of knowledge on it.
blanking.
Okay, make sure you have nothing targeted. Hey, they're both the same. How about that? Ended up with it being the same number, even though the different pluses.
It worked.
Okay, yay.
They're on their way.
They fall asleep.
They haven't said. I just called, and then they came online and hung up before didn't pick up, and then I've just seen the message. Hello, sleepyhead.
No, apologies.
Okay,
I lost track of time.
it's okay. You all
It
good?
happens.
You identify that as a lattice anchor. When you guys were fleeing through the city, it very similar to what they were calling the binding stones, the protection barriers that were up. This one has been melted, and I just...
Oh, did we lose the Duraco UI module?
Yes, because it's broken right now. With some of the other stuff I have. So yeah, it totally broke pretty much the rest of my game until everybody gets updated to V13 and I can switch stuff over to V13. It's broken for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not because of Duraco, it's because other mods did some stupid stuff that conflict. And it
right.
It was either turn off all the mods or keep some on that I really need, and that's what I went with.
No, that's fair.
That tracks. The melting was the melting a result of the activities of the night, or was this a deliberate action?
It
before
seems
or after?
to be some other deliberate action. The explosions happened up here in the middle of that area, and up here it would have been protected from the glyph explosions. I would like you to roll a D100, and if you beat mine, I'm going to give you some more information.
Jeez.
Gambling.
Oh,
Oh, you did?
Yes, you did. Well, this is just for the that initial look. I don't need everybody to roll it. Just the one that would have been Batrock.
Hans got an excuse to roll.
Okay. So
You just roll in.
Karnak, you've seen the geometry of that symbol before in the city.
on our
It reminds...
escapades.
Yeah, in your other escapades throughout the city, you have seen buildings that have similar geometry on them. And I will see. Tell you what district that you saw those in. You saw those in Binders Lane. And Binders Lane is the bureaucratic zone for basically a lot of bureaucracy type stuff there. Archives. It's got some guild headquarters, historical stuff, markets, and financial district there. You don't remember what building you saw it on, but you do remember seeing something with similar geometry in the Binders District. And I meant to do this, so I'm going to do it now and give you guys a 32-minute timer. Get your hero points back.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I heard 30-minute timer and I was like,
It's a bomb. It's a bomb. Everybody run.
I can do it the easy way. I can just type his name in and it'll link to me.
Cool. Yeah, sorry. Did I wasn't here fully in time, but were you guys having a discussion about why they were going after Tian and if it's to do with his father or?
Yeah, we've been kind of investigating the surroundings, just trying to get like an idea on some of these people.
Tian basically said
why
father might be in danger.
Yep, that's
why, and also that.
Okay.
Yep, that's what Tian said.
Karnak might eventually like spin around and be like, as much as I'm enjoying looking at all this geometry, we might want to make sure your father's okay.
I was going to agree. I think we should get moving. Then, if we have any leads on this geometric pattern shenanigans, we can follow that up. Did you say Binders Lane or something?
I
can mark
I
it over there,
recall
can't I?
seeing something similar in Finder's Lane, passing through a few times.
We can maybe
I-
check there.
Yeah, at the time it was just an oddity of the city. I had no idea what it was for, just that it was there, roughly.
All right.
Apparently they were important.
Tien, if you want to lead the way to your father's abode.
Yeah, you might want to take point. Lead the way here.
It's probably more than an abode.
Yeah, it's more than an abode. I need to do something really quick to see if it lets me. For some reason, it's not letting me whisper Tion. Let's see if I can do it this way. There we go.
Worst comes to worst, there are DMs.
I like to have it in Foundry
Yeah, if
because
it's in-
I save the logs for my records.
Just finding a way to
Yep.
whisper when you can't whisper.
So the Amber Vale estate is in Highhold Rise. It'll probably take you about 15 to 20 minutes to make it there. All right. How are you guys gonna go? Are you guys gonna be going defensively? Go ahead and set your exploration type activities.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask Jim, with all our investigating and stuff, would that have been long enough for me to have spent 10 minutes refocusing?
Yes, that would have.
Gotcha. I'll get about that focus point.
Yeah, unless
feel-
there's anybody tries to stop him, Tien will just run towards the estate as fast as his legs can carry him.
So you're gonna be
my assumption is that
Whooping
we're
it.
probably just booking it.
I guess
I don't
we
know,
could hustle.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could attempt a hustle. I'm willing to.
See if it makes us more likely to get caught unawares, but then we also might go fast enough to avoid giving time to catch up. What's our lowest constitution modifier in the party?
That's a good question.
Probably not mine.
Probably me, +1.
You- Yeah, who's I think +1's our lowest, or if someone got 0.
I have a +2, so
I can tell you right.
Plus one was pretty good.
Constitution. Oh nope, I don't have that directly on
I think
here.
I think our highest is a +1, so we can hustle for 10 minutes.
And that would be
in
plenty
terms
of time with a hustle to be able to make it there.
Okay, that's fine then.
We can do that.
We're running.
I'll reload my gun before we head out, so make sure I'm loaded.
Of
Yeah,
course.
I mean, streets are streets are clearly not safe, but we kind of need that.
Okay, I need to get the right thing so I can actually click to activate stuff for you. And we're gonna go here.
These streets ain't what they used to be. As we get.
We'll go to that image for now.
I just want to see it.
There's a lock out of reach.
I just want to check that you saw what I put in general.
I will.
Generale.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I don't usually look at Discord. Okay. I got it. Yeah, I see it. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, don't feel you gotta force yourself through it.
Yeah,
Sorry
I'm not.
Sorry.
No, I want to play, but like, you know.
Whether
Yeah.
whether the mind will allow.
Yes.
Yes.
So the Amber Vale estate, the ancestral home of Oliver Amber Vale, is nestled atop a terraced cliff garden in Highhold Rise. It's flanked by crimson iron gatework. The manor projects both noble prestige and a veiled warning. And with that, Tion, I'm sure you're in the lead here, going right through the gates to the door. Do you just burst right on in? Okay.
Yeah. No. He's rushing so quickly he can no longer speak.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Huffing it.
Because
Oh.
it's a giant cat.
Yes, I really. Tion, are you there? Are you muted? Something wrong?
My internet went down.
Okay. I just.
Oh.
I just.
That would do it.
Yes.
That would do it.
Because this is definitely with your associated with your backstory. I want to make sure you're here when we go to discuss this.
Mm-hmm.
That would be.
Yeah. I swear to you, this only happens at this time of night. And only when I'm fucking on stream.
It's yeah.
Yep.
Only ever at peak hours.
So tell me when you're semi-stable. We really don't need Foundry right now, except for maybe possibly some rolls. But when you're stable, I'll go ahead with the description of Amber Veil.
No.
So while we're waiting, I have a question about, I don't see people's health. I mean, I used to be able to see, full health or...
When you hover over them, you should see it.
Well, I'm not seeing
You're
it,
not
so-
seeing it now. I had to disable some modules, so that may be it.
We can still see it in the parties page if you go there.
I missed that because I fucking disconnected again. Hold on.
Okay.
Was anything important said?
No, I've been waiting for you to confirm that you are stable before I say anything.
Okay.
Yeah, waiting for your internet to stop.
Yeah, I think we're saying if running Foundry at the same time is make it a bit too laggy. You probably don't need it as much right now. If that helps.
No. I have fiber internet, so it's not that.
It's just the provider dropping the proverbial ball.
Yeah.
Just the quality of it. Just deciding that, it's 7 o'clock, we're going to throttle everyone's internet because that is what we do.
Oh, I'm sorry for that. I've had that before, way back when. It's nice that I have a 2.5 gig down and a 1 gig up dedicated line to my house.
Yeah.
And because I pay for the static IP, I'm one of the first ones up after they do their bi-weekly maintenance.
Oh, okay.
Everybody else have to wait for their wonderful DHCP server. So Tion's going to restart really quick. While we're waiting on Tion, anybody have any general questions or anything go back memory-wise that they need brought up?
This manor we're going to, do we know who owns it?
Yes, this would be Oliver Amber Vale. This is what Tion calls dad or father. This is the one that adopted Tion.
So we're going to his place. Okay.
Yep.
Is this also the address that was on the note?
This is.
Or am I getting things mixed up again?
There wasn't an address on the note. There was something about
it was
about the note mentioned
Highhold Rise.
Yep.
The junction below Highhold Rise.
We are in the area of Highhold Rise. Yes.
Okay, so
we
we're
specifically
in that area.
Yeah, we've
And we're just going
specifically
here because he's worried about his
here.
family.
Yeah, because
they were going after.
Yeah, they were targeting Tion very
And his relic.
specifically.
Yeah, his relic that he has, which I think he was given to by Mr. Oliver. So I think, there's something going on there.
On evaluation, I actually struggle to pay attention to what people are saying, so it is probably a good idea if I just send this one up.
Okay.
There.
I will have the video up tomorrow sometime so you can watch it.
Yeah, I'll give that a look. Apologies for basically
Okay.
it being exceptionally last minute, but
Yep.
It's all good.
You
It is
tried.
what it
You tried. That's more than could be said for some people. It's
Yeah,
okay.
but
You
I'm
get some
gonna go
rest.
pop a paracetamol and sit in a dark room.
Yep. I do that frequently.
I'll speak to you guys later.
Yeah, see
Yeah,
you.
take care.
So,
While we wait for Tion, I'm gonna quickly go get a glass of water.
Yeah, this is probably the time for it.
Beverage turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Keon hasn't shown us that thing that he got from his
He has
father,
not shown you the letter that he got, or he got a letter during one of the sessions.
Right.
Maybe he might have the scribe symbols that, but he might not even know it.
Did I actually call that? I go to HTML. Oh, I named it something really easy. Tion letter.
Perfect.
Yep.
No need to make it complicated.
Yep.
The only other thing I had was just I think one of my skill proficiencies is still
Okay,
The old
so let me find out where I put that macro. There is, if you open up the macros folder, there is a folder called skills check with a single macro in that. If you can drag that to your bar
okay.
and then target your or select your character and then click that macro. I was not supposed to roll my fate macro. Delete
All
that.
right. Should be back up now. Sorry
That
about this.
should give you a way to go through with based off of what you're supposed to have. Basically, play Minesweeper with it, and then bounce it against what you actually have, so you can fix it.
Okay.
I'm back, by the way.
I will faff around with this.
And I cannot hear
Hello?
Karnak anymore. Can't hear anybody anymore. Oh no.
Oh.
So I see Discord going.
Where do them?
Discord do anything, or is it my headset? Let me turn my headset off and turn it back on. You guys can hear me, but I can't hear you right now.
Yeah.
Window.
Can anybody hear me?
Yep.
Hi.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, Tion.
Mr. T.
I mean, you guys could say hi back the first time I spoke.
I thought. Sorry, I'm mid trying to make some adjustments to my character. That technically we're supposed to be done, but haven't been done. So like.
So were you able to find the macro, Karnak? I wasn't able to hear you for some reason.
No. Where am I? Sorry, where am I looking? I'm going through the compendium packs right now.
It's not in the compendium packs. Go to the lower left, browse macro directory.
I'm back, by the way.
Okay.
There we go.
And then you click on that. It's in a folder called skills, and it's a single macro called skill check. Yep.
Okay. Got it.
Drag that to your action bar, target select your character, and it will help you walk through so you can verify that you're selecting things correctly. It will not actually make changes to your character, but it'll show you what you're able to have, and then we can make changes from your character from it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Honest.
Did Effie just go?
Yeah, Epi had
Yeah.
to go.
I just forgot. They did say they had a headache. Okay.
Yeah, the
All
headache.
right.
is-
My connection should be back, like, super for real now.
Awesome. Okay, let me open my Obsidian notes while Karnak works on that. And as you rush in, Tion, the party arrives. You rush in. You bust into the door. The party 10 to 20 steps behind you. You're all breathless. Guards are already repositioning within the manor as you bust the door open. The air smells of burnt parchment and bloodied silk. You see Lord Ambervale standing in the grand entry hall, coat unfastened, a bloodied bandage visible beneath one shoulder. Despite the chaos, his posture is composed. Barely. You're alive. You're alive, thank the dawn.
Father, what happened to you?
They came not for gold, not for leverage, but to erase something. He turns slightly, revealing a scorched ledger in his hand. Kelthorn's rot runs deeper than ink. He's shifting the civic archive, rewriting our holdings by flame and proxy. By this time, I'm assuming the party gets there. He looks at the party. For some reason, they didn't finish here. The chaos in the city over the last couple hours drew them off. If it wasn't for that, I'd be ash in my study. And then Kothar. He looks at you, turns his head from side to side. I've seen your face drawn in margin glyphs. Something older than the state. Older than my house claim. Who are you, Scaled One?
I think you must be mistaken, sir. My name is Kothar. I am a cleric of Orion. I am a Rooksie, a unique member of my kind, though there have been others born with similar unique features and natures. Perhaps you saw a depiction of an ancestor of mine or a distant relative or something. I'm.
And as you're continuing talking, as you continue to talk, he puts his hand up and looks back at Tion. And are you all right?
Well, I'm not sure how to put this, but an attempt was made on my life as well.
They were trying to get the keys to the vault. I refused. And that's when they got ready to start burning the place down. And then the city went to chaos.
The vault? Father, please explain.
It's where we, or I have hidden relics and documents from before the Rising that Kelthorn and his group are trying to get. The letter I sent you, did you get it?
I still have it with me.
He goes around to his desk. He opens a drawer that you know is there, but unless the rest of the party would have to actually search for it. And he pulls a creased piece of parchment, worn by folding and unfolding. I'm sorry I had to encode it some. Wasn't meant for normal eyes. It was meant for if something happened to me. Our house made a pact with the Temple of Arion during the Second Dawn. It is called the Emberwell Pact. And I will put that in chat for you.
Okay.
And
Lord.
just
Lord.
just put that in there for right now. The letter I sent you, if you were to open it under one of the civic beacons, it actually shows a map to the vault. It was there to guide you in case something happened to me. I knew Kelthorn was moving on me. I didn't know when, but you were the only one I trusted with it. And now it seems like he has thrown all caution to the wind.
Helthorn is just a reminder, was that the rival noble house that we know the Bleeding Tide had
he has some
Yeah.
connection to the Bleeding Tide. And yes, he is the rival house. He's an upstart house that has been undermining not just Amber Veils, but trying to basically put most of the older houses in Mangagoy out of business somehow.
Okay. And sorry, did just because I was stepping away getting that glass of water, I think I missed a little bit. But the that Emberwell pact, did he explain what that was, or is he going into that now?
He just said it was an agreement between House Ambervale and the Temple of Arion. He had mentioned that there were the vault did contain some relics as well as documents from the pre-Rising era.
You said pre-rising. Are these related to Solivar Mehron? Or anything of that nature?
Could you type that out? I didn't understand what you were saying.
Oh, sorry. God, I was asking in regards to this Emberwell Pact and these notes and such that of pre-rising Orion faith. I think Kothar asks if this is any relation to Solivar Mehron or the old High Sun Warden or High Sun Ward.
No.
Okay. No. So just old documents and artifacts, not anything particularly damaging.
So if you mentioned that name, I don't know the specifics of what's in there. Our house was just given them to hold in secrecy. I have never actually read them.
Oh, all right. Don't worry about it. You see, Kothar still probably a little bit. It is a mixture of curiosity and a bit troubled, but.
Yeah. Tian, you have anything to say?
So, are you saying that we should search for this vault now? The people who had attacked us, I believe they were after my ring. Is that one of the keys?
Uh, that wasn't from Kothar rolling that. That was me. Yes, it is. He goes, yes. That key will grant you access to the Whisper Vaults.
The Whisper Vault. Is that... So just saying, was the Whisper Vault... I know obviously we've got... That's where like all that weird reflection name stuff... But do we know if that's also the one where Maelthaz is? Because we know he's bound to a crypt beneath Mangagoy. Do we have anything directly connecting those yet? Or
you have her. It was brought out that you would be able to probably find information about him in the Whisper Vault.
Okay, but not necessarily that.
That is not necessarily that he is there. But you've heard of the Whisper Vault before. It seems to be more than just the vault from the different descriptions you've been getting of it so far.
It sounds a bit metaphysical, and I also had that weird freaky dream.
Uh-huh.
Bad Rock Bull, speak up, sir. This vault, is it he'll show the burn map piece they have. Is it near this spot?
Yes.
That explains things. Do we know what the tether? Would you happen to know what the tether point is talking about?
If he's saying that thing said 4 on it, correct?
Yes, dormant.
That means the magical protection for the vault has been taken down.
Oh, that's not good.
We should probably get there post haste then.
I agree, but first, Tiana's actually gonna roll a medicine check to try to, treat Father's wounds if there are any.
Okay. I
While
will.
we're doing that, Sad, are you able to turn your microphone up a little bit? Just you're a bit quiet.
Sure.
Let me go here and go here. And we're gonna go like this.
It might be a little bit late considering everything we've just talked about, but didn't we get something of that might be helpful to hide our feathered friend from further tracking? Because if they're after Tian, it's not like we can hide them, and we need to get to the vault. So it's not practical to hide him.
What did we get? I forget.
The
It's in your
ribbon.
party stash.
Yeah.
It's the ribbons.
Yep.
Oh yes. Where? Oh, I don't see him in the snap. Oh, there they are. Yeah.
Yep.
To Jerome's. We've got 5. Oh no,
Yep.
we've got 4.
Yep.
And 1 is scorched.
So 1 has been used.
Okay, so we have 4 left.
Yes. They scorch when you use them.
Yep.
Would it be better to maybe to track them? Just set it so we have 4 of them.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, go ahead and make it quantity 4, and then
I don't think we can. I don't think we can up it. I think you'd need to.
let me
Yeah, I don't think
let
so.
me try to get to your party sheet again. Boom. Stash.
How many actions is it to activate them?
I'm just gonna make it a single action.
Okay.
There are 4 of them in your party vault right now.
Alrighty. And then so okay, it's during the. So when it says during this round, would that just be during? Is that until
no,
your next turn?
I thought I had fixed it. I may not have fixed it on the one that I put in there, but it is
An hour.
it's an hour.
Yes.
Even with the, I know that was it was an hour for the immune to detection, scrying, and magic observation, but is it also an hour for being able not be the flat check for being targeted by all magical effects?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. I forgot how that's all. Okay, that's very powerful.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I'll have to.
But if they can use them against you, you can use it against them.
Alright, so I guess Tian, maybe crack. Since they're tracking you through the ring, or tracking you through the view, does the ring do anything for you?
As like an item? No.
Would it maybe, I don't know if it'd be safer just so they couldn't use it against you to keep it here with your father if it's safer here in his
I
possession?
thought we needed it for the vault.
Yes,
Or
you,
do we,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Oh, it's the
We
key
need
to
it
the
for the
vault.
vault.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I missed that. My bad.
You're good.
Okay, yeah, then I guess, yeah, if you just use one of the sigil ribbons.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we take 10 minutes so I can refocus though?
I think we got that, we got 10 minutes to refocus when we were investigating around earlier, so.
Yeah, but Tien wasn't doing great.
yeah,
That's fair.
yeah. So yes, you can take the 10 minutes. That's I'm sure you definitely want to be
No, sorry, I thought I meant we'd already had time for you to have refocused already. Not saying that you shouldn't. My bad.
yeah. Why?
Yeah, we took 10 minutes after the fight, but Tien wasn't
was
in
pretty-
any. Yeah, Tien wasn't in any state to refocus.
Do you mean mentally?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. I was confused if you meant roleplay or mechanically, but yeah, okay, that's fair enough. Cool.
Yeah, so we spent 10 minutes patching up father, and then another 10 minutes refocusing, and then
Well, while Tien's refocusing, could I try and get a moment to speak aside to his father quickly?
Yes, you may.
His cat dad. Sorry. So is it Amber Vale or
Yeah.
Amber?
Amber Vale. Yes.
Yeah.
Vale as in like a VALE or VEIL, but this one's spelled VALE.
Gotcha. Mr. Amber Vale, Lord Sir. Sorry, I'm not sure of your official title. What did you mean exactly about seeing my face before? How do you know it's my face?
He stands up from his desk and beckons you to follow him. He takes you into a room that has very ornate tapestries. Let me shut my window because it's blowing the curtains all over the place. No, they're trying to wrap around my head. So I'm gonna close that one window. I like to have the windows open for fresh air. But he takes you into a room that has very ornate tapestries. You could recognize the Temple of Arion and Lunara that's here in the city being depicted on one of them. There's one in the center that is, you can only imagine, is the city of Khanda, the capital of the Isles. You recognize one as the city of Mangagoy that you're currently in. He goes to the one that's the city of Khanda and moves it away from the wall a little bit. And there, almost like it's a mosaic, but it's not different colors. All of the stone is the same color as your skin. But as he pulls it back, it's like you are looking into a mirror.
Is it me, like, wearing my armor?
No, it's the star birthmark that you have is there. It looks identical to you not wearing armor. It's like basically from the upper chest up. If you had a mirror in front of you right next to it, you couldn't tell which one was the mirror and which one was this mosaic that was built out of stone. And he explains, this household was built prior to the Rising. It's one of the few that still remains, that didn't fall during the Rising. As it was built into the cliffside, it had some stability. From what I understand, this image has been here for at least 300 years. And when I looked at you, I was taken aback because I remember seeing this as a child.
That makes no. My tribe, my people. I don't know much about them. But from what the whispered words I remember from my birth mother, before she left me with the Church of Orion, I was born under a star, one that passed by my people innumerable times. Ones that they saw as a sign from a demon. One that my people know as Sessanek, an ancient primordial being, the emperor lizard, a tyrant, and there are others born under that marking before that might have looked like I do, but might be tainted by him as I partially am. But this is all too familiar.
He
That's me.
He goes, if you were to come here under the light of a double new moon, a double full moon, the window for this room is almost directly across from where this tapestry is. The word truth becomes superimposed in the moonlight above this image.
In the common tongue or in Uruxi?
In common.
This is... thank you, but I cannot think of this now. We have to get to that vault. Kothar kind of charges out the room a little bit. Not like angrily, but just kind of hastily, and clearly not wanting to reckon with what all this is or means. So he probably takes a glance back before he heads out the door fully. And just kind of says, without looking at him, says, thank you, Mr. Ambervale. I'm going to go with your son and go sort out this vault issue now.
Okay. Helps if I can, there we go. You've had enough time to do your refocus there on Tion.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get your focus points back, or focus point back.
No. Yeah. If we had that 10 minutes, would I guess, I don't know if we want to, I think technically Luna, the cat, is still missing 2 HP. I don't know if Hans would want to patch her up quickly.
Between the healing and everything, that was done already, we're just gonna bump her up to full.
Cool.
There's no reason that she would not have been healed in that time period.
Yeah. It's a good thing we didn't need to roll. Imagine Hans nat ones and accidentally kills the cat.
There's gonna be dead Hans real quick.
Oh yeah, the dead Hans. Okay.
That almost happened to us yesterday session, by the way.
Oh, we don't want that
Devolve
happening.
real quick. Yeah.
Hans looks at the cat. Only one of us can be the lowest HP, lowest AC member of the party.
And you know it'll happen right when you have no hero points left.
Right. Yeah. You have no hero points.
Alrighty.
No.
Well, we better go check this vault. We don't want them getting in it.
Yeah. I guess should we set our new exploration activities for going over there, or are we still just hustling?
I think we should just hustle over there. We
We're
can.
going underground, aren't we? So we probably don't want to be running into possible traps.
Yeah, I mean,
When we get
once
there.
once we get there, we can. I think just
Yeah.
on the way over, we can probably hustle.
The transit would do fast. Once we're there, then we can
Where's the
reorganize.
entrance to the underground area is the question.
You'd go to the
Oh.
Whisper Vault archives. The
Okay, so
building
it's
above
actual-
ground. Yes.
Okay.
Huh. I wonder what's under the Whisper Vault archives. I wonder if it's the Whisper Vault.
They might be vaulting the whispers in the archives.
How far away is it from this place?
About 20 minutes at a regular walk.
So if we hustle, we get there.
When she vaulted my whispers till I archive.
We'll probably hustle to get to the archive.
I think it's bad to say when she archives on my vault till I whisper.
Fucking idiot.
But yeah, if we hustle, I think we get there in 10 minutes time.
Sorry, buddy. You can't unlaugh at it.
Yeah,
I have
you
the power.
cannot unlock.
You can't laugh at the joke. Ugh.
Hey,
We are running to place.
Actually, one quick thing. If before, like while we were doing the 10 minutes patching up and stuff, or at some point in that time, would Batroc, would you have been able to swap my Flaming Star spell heart from my weapon onto my armor, please?
Oh, sure. Talisman.
I think it's just 10 minutes with a repair kit.
Yep.
Alright, cool. Because then I will put that effect on myself instead, so I get resistance 2 to fire. If it will let me put it on myself. There we go.
Okay.
Probably a bit more useful than the damage for me.
Let me, for summary. Oh, there we go. Let me get to the correct quest on
Please.
here.
So just to fully understand, so Tien's, how was it a year you've been living under Oliver Ambervale, or was it longer than that for Tien?
It's shorter than that.
Damn, he became dad real quickly. Because you're like a how old is Tien? Is he still like a teenager, or is he like an adult?
Eon?
I said very young adult.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
sorry, I
we
thought
didn't
you
hear
meant
any of
that.
that.
We did not hear that. Yeah.
There was awkward silence. It wasn't just being like, oh. We did not hear.
Did the Catman eat both your bird parents, and then like, took you in his neck, and like, oh, maybe I don't kill this
No.
So, as you guys rush to the Finder's Lane, as you guys ascend the vine-choked path to the Whisper Vault archives, the air starts to thicken, quiet, cold, dense with a silence that presses against your thoughts. From the shadowed gables and pointed arches, the building looms. Oops.
Oh no, the building's shaped like a demon lord's.
Let me fix that because that was.
It's a good thing I clicked away.
Uh,
Well, we've seen that one. We've seen that one
He's in the
before.
vault.
yes, you've
Okay,
seen that one
I'm not
before.
not being spoiled. Okay.
I think it was,
No,
I think-
it's
yeah.
it was an old one that was supposed to be I swear half the time when I go and click a new image for my trigger, it doesn't save. It goes back to the old one, and if I don't pay attention,
It just you.
it
pull up an old
keeps the
image and
old
it's
one.
like-
Yeah, so on my
Yeah.
Theater of the Mind screen, I've got like a dozen images that are on the same tile. And when I go to change those, sometimes it doesn't save.
Right.
What's it? You keep saying there is a lock out of reach.
Because
Someone-
somebody keeps on hitting like the letter G or something. There is not a lock on this page.
I think it's if you press, if you've got the break. Oh yeah.
I have no idea.
Somebody's hitting a
Everyone, hands
letter
off
or something.
keyboard.
Yeah. So let me go back here. From the shadowed gables and pointed arches, the building looms like a confession long unspoken. Your Ashen Vanguard pins glint red under the last of the midday light as you step beneath the worn arch. A sigil flickers in recessed seal overhead as you pass. Echo of detection, not invitation. Then a dull chime thrums beneath your boots. The door opens, not with fanfare, but with gravity. Inside, lanterns gutter to life. No flame, just memory light. Pale shimmers drawn from echo-forged glyph glass set in the walls and in chandeliers. Before you, amidst towering rows of chain tomes and floating sigil keys, stands a slouched elven figure in frayed robes. And I need to close that page so that my stream can see that image. And the one that is in front of you is here. About here. He does not speak at first. He watches. Then as he turns a page, you're early for exploration and late for your clearance. What thread of madness brings the Ashen marked into the Hollow Archive?
There's potential for danger here. So we know that a tether point here, that the junction of protective magic is down. It is dormant. The vault beneath is unprotected.
Okay, and what I would like, so there are 5. I'm going to roll for Effie, so that's 6. I need to want to do this just so I don't screw it up. From your character sheets, I'm going to have, actually, yeah, because I can't do split rolls. I would like each person to choose one of those 3 skills. And don't forget you have a +2 circumstance bonus because of your pins.
Which skills is this?
They're in chat. Diplomacy with a 19, society with a 20, or occultism with a 21.
And we get a
You
plus
said
2.
it, Tian. You said the checks. How could you not know?
We get a +2 because of our
Weird.
pin.
Yeah, plus
I mean,
2
gaslit.
because of your pins. Yes.
Hold on,
Shout
I
out
don't
to
see them
Tom.
in. I don't see them in chat, so I'm gonna refresh.
It's
No,
just,
there's no roll.
there
for
is
them.
no
You
roll
just-
in there. I said do it from your character sheet using one of those 3 skills.
Yeah, and you said +2 circumstance bonus, right?
Yep.
I'm just gonna toggle my exhort the faithful one because it's the same bonus, even though I'm not using that.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It just the chat message didn't show up for me.
Oh,
so.
okay.
So it's 19 diplomacy, 20 society, or 21 occultism.
And it's all right if we do repeats for these.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Oh
So
no.
mine didn't add. I wasn't able to add the +2, so I should have a 21.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so you succeed then.
So you succeeded, and I'm going to do Effie's. I'm going to see what Effie's actually good
Diplomacy.
at.
I think diplomacy is the best for Effie.
Fun fact: I have a +0 in all of these skills.
Well, as long as you
How is that
don't critically
possible?
fail,
Good.
All right, let's see here.
you've got a +2 circumstance bonus, so just go for diplomacy, I think, 'cause it's the lowest.
Okay, so yeah, 16, which is a regular
so
old
that's-
failure.
There's four passes and
Yeah,
2
4
fails.
passes. Oh, fine, but don't touch the vaults. They remember more than I do. And he stands up from his seat, and the door that's at that was at the long end of the hallway, he opens it up, and instead of wooden paneled shelves, it's now almost monochromatic. You head down some stairs. The descent brings a change in temperature and pressure. The air tastes metallic. Below, among sealed alcoves and glowing prohibition wards, a man in a tailored shadow cloak stands over a silver-ringed dais. He does not turn. His back is to you. He says, "A naming echo you follow didn't fracture, it bent, and bent things but break the right way only once." The guy who's, then he turns around, stepping forward, holding a page in the book. He looks at you with cold certainty. "I thought the Surge's aftermath had already swallowed its witnesses, and yet here you are. I assume seeking Beacon 4.
Indeed. We are.
Do you have the key?"
I shuffle back to gesture to Tien.
Yeah, Tien will, take out his signet ring. You mean this?
I think you flash it forward like a Green Lantern ring. Just like...
I present my attorney's badge to him.
Yeah, when it comes out, he puts his hand over your hand that has it. He doesn't touch you, but his hand just briefly goes over your hand, and the ring starts to glow. "You have the key, then thou shalt pass." The door at the end of that hallway opens. Another series of steps going downward. You see... Go ahead.
I was just going to ask him before we go down, has anybody else come this way recently? Come through here.
No. So you go down the steps, and at the bottom of the steps is a circular pad. You may use your key there, as he points right next to a blank stone door. Tien?
But forgive me for asking, but how do I use it?
Just put your key to the wall. It will do its thing.
All right. Tien will, do as instructed.
As the signet ring gets close to the wall, beyond the door, you start to hear grinding. It grinds for about 20 seconds, then you hear a click. Then it grinds again for another 20 or so seconds, then you hear a click. It does this 4 times, and at the end of the 4th time, the stone door slides upward on its own. And in front of you, you see a chamber very tight. You see sigils and beacon plates aligning on the floor. The one at the end of the room still pulses. Weak, slow, but definitely pulsing. The room stinks of old burned wax and parchment. Do you enter?
Yeah, I guess Tian will
Yeah.
enter at the very least.
Yeah, Kothar will follow.
Do you
Shield
see
ready
anyone
and
in there?
raised.
Or see anything in there? Sense anything?
You see the sigils that are on the ground in front of you, and then one that's pulsing on the far wall. It smells like wax and parchment in the room, but from the outside, you do not see anything inside the room.
The room is in, like an enclosed space. Like we can see the entirety of the room.
Yes, you can see the entire. Yeah. So I will
It
read.
doesn't have like side chambers or anything.
Nope. What you see is the picture I just posted back up. Is what you see as you're looking through your door. You see that pulsing symbol on the far wall. This is what the room looks like as you stand from outside. But you definitely smell old burnt wax and parchment in this room.
I might just stay by the door. I might just look back towards the way we came. Just kind of like post up outside the vault, as it were.
Okay.
I'll step in with Tian.
After they get in a ways, I'll come in behind them.
Would the runes and symbols on this, is it a
Nothing you recognize.
Language or...
Nope, nothing you recognize. They're just symbols.
Okay. Just if there's anything that I can use my student of the canon decipher writing stuff on at all, I would like to try at any point if I see anything.
And Hans will step in, also standing close to the door, maybe off to a step off to the side.
As Tion enters, the center circle in that those plates that were on the ground starts to glow, almost as if it recognizes Tion or something that Tion is carrying. And with that, you see 5 objects translucently appear above those symbols that were on those beacon plates. One appears to be an arm guard. You see a some sort of scroll case on the second. Some sort of vase. You can't really tell what it is. A reflective plate. And something with some sort of dial on it. As you get closer, they start to solidify materially, Tion. As you get close to one, it seems like it's there in the physical realm. The others are still partially translucent. If you were to move around, move away from one, it becomes translucent. The next one you get closer to seems to solidify. I will put the generic words of what you saw in there.
Okay.
You saw an arm guard, a scroll case, a vase of some sort, a dial, and a mirror.
Well, Tian will, turn to Kothar and kind of whisper, do you have any clue?
I don't understand the runes. This is...
These things are...
But we know... You have a ring. that got you into this vault. Maybe these items are keys to different ones, or something out there.
Well, they seem to come solid when you get close to one. Can you touch it? Pull it out when you get next to it?
It's probably worth giving a try. See if you can claim these items physically.
Okay. Yeah, Tien will reach for the arm guard, try to grab it.
You get next to the arm guard and it solidifies in front of you. You go to touch it. You feel a slight tingle, but you can grab it and then you pull it and you have it in your hand.
Well, it feels real enough.
I'm gonna come over and look at it and try to identify it while we're looking at it. Using crafting appraisal.
Go ahead and roll your crafting check. What you notice on it, oh jeez, you guys in your dang rolls. It is has symbols to Arion on all sides of it. You recognize that it is very old. Control Z, Shift Control V. And just the look you get at it while you're looking at it, and with the it has some of the same markings as that glyph that was semi-burnt in town, semi-melted in town, as well as the markings that were on the ley line beacons that are throughout the town. I am going to put it in chat because not chat because it doesn't let me do it in chat. I'm going to put it in your party stash. It is listed as armor in there. Will it let me, if I open it now, put it in chat?
I did.
Okay.
So we can use it to suppress the surge a little bit.
So the first one appears to be something definitely pre-Rising era associated with Arion.
May I have a look at it, maybe?
Go ahead.
While they're looking at that one, I want to step in front of the scroll case and see if it will solidify when I get there, if it's only for Tion.
It does not solidify for you, Batrock.
Alright, just wanted to check. Looks like only Tion can take them. Well, he took one, can he take more than one, is the question.
Yeah, I guess if Tion passes it to me, does it unsolidify? Or
No. If Tion passes you the Vambrace, it's solidified.
does it have any writings or markings on it at all?
Yeah, I said it has symbols of Arion on it and glyphs that are similar to the melted one that you guys saw in the alleyway that matches those that are on the protection bindings that are throughout the city.
Could I just attempt to decipher writing on it then?
Again, it's not words.
Well, if not words, but just more to get a meaning of the symbology that's on it. Like you said, if it's got...
It's tied to the binding symbols that you've seen throughout the city, and it has the symbol of Arion on it. That's
Oh, it's just okay. It's
That's
just as simple. Not that's
yes,
all there is.
That's it. Yes, that's it.
Tiana, do you want to see if you can grab any more, or is this the only thing you can grab?
Well,
Here, this thing looks like
where
it's
do you-
useful.
the scroll case.
Well, no, I'm saying this van brace might be useful, but
Huh.
the other stuff might be something we need to help in this situation too, depending on what they are. Plus, if we have them, the other people, the other guys can't get to them.
Maybe. Actually, Kothar, can I trust you for a second?
You can trust me for more than a second, friend. But
Alright.
at minimum, yes.
Tian will hand Kothar the ring and say, "Could you try?"
Sure. I suppose I'll
Where
put
are
the
you?
ring on and.
What are you trying?
You want to see if only you can grab the things with the ring, or if it's just the ring itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
That.
I'll put the ring on, and then I will attempt to grab the scroll case.
As you go near the scroll case, it appears to solidify. You reach your hand out, and you are able to grab it.
Okay. A property of the ring, then. Rather than.
Well, it is the key, so.
Yes.
I guess I'll take a look at the spell scroll and see if I can identify that.
First thing I'm going to tell you is that it's not a spell scroll necessarily. It is a scroll case.
Oh, scroll case, yeah.
I've got to get rid of something off of there.
Guys,
It is sealed and shut. The seal on it has a sunburst sigil.
Guys, with including the ring, there are 6 artifacts. There's also, funnily enough, 6 characters. I wonder what these are for.
Woo!
You're way too metagaming on this.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Meta bitchin'. Yeah.
Who is the boss
that-
for then?
That's for me.
You got some.
That's just mine.
It's for all the food and drink for the kitty cat.
Yes.
All right.
I guess looking at the scroll case, I'll look to our resident, our other resident spellcaster and offer it maybe to Hans.
Sealed, so we don't want to open it probably until we know exactly.
No, not yet. But
why it's sealed.
You're one most attuned with magic besides myself. I feel if anyone's going to keep hold of it, maybe it should be you. If that is all right, Hans.
The sunburst you said. Does it look like anything else we've seen?
I would like anybody that's looking at that sunburst to roll a society check, please.
Do that.
Society. Yay.
One of my good ones.
Oh, yes.
Hans thinks it's the symbol for a nuclear bomb.
Hans, what's a nuclear bomb? Wait, does it have to do with those
I heard somebody say it
alchemist
was a
bombs
really
that
big,
I've heard of?
I don't know. I heard somebody say it was a really big mushroom one time, but they were pretty drunk. So
They make bombs out of mushrooms?
I have no idea.
Okay, I am going to do it this way. I made it as a closed scroll case, so it's quote-unquote mystified. You can't, until you guys actually go to open it up, it's just going to be in the party stash as a
Note.
I swear I just created it. Ah, there it is. Closed scroll case. So it's in there. It's in the inventory right now as just basically a closed scroll case in the treasure section. If you guys go to open it up, we will. I'll unmystify it and tell you what's in it. But right now it's closed.
But Tian will ask, Kothar, may I have the ring back now?
Yes. I'll take the ring off and pass it to you.
Yeah.
I guess I might, while doing that, I'll maybe start seeing if the van brace fits me.
As you go to put it on, it seems to be a little large for you, but as you go to buckle the buckles, it seems to go to fit your forearm like it was made for you.
Okay. Would it go on, does it look like it's more suitable to go on my weapon arm or where the van brace for where I'm holding my shield?
This is supposed to be for your weapon arm.
Okay, yeah, I'll put it on there.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. In the meantime, Tian will, take the vase next and hand it to Karnak or something.
Okay, you take out the vase. As you pick up the vase, you pull it out. It seems like the inner section of it. It's more like a chalice now that you've pulled it out. Seems to be lined with lead on the inside.
It's for storing kryptonite.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's an urn.
Oh.
Chalice.
Jim, am I supposed to be able to wear the van brace as well as my armor? Because right now it's only let me wear one or the other.
We will just keep it. Don't
in my
put
inventory.
It, just keep it in your inventory, and we will.
Gotcha.
Why isn't it? Oh,
it's also one bulk. Is it supposed to be that heavy right now, or?
No, change it to one light.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't change stuff when I created it. I'm sorry about that. Create new item.
It won't let me.
Anything?
Because it's armor, it makes it bulkier.
Okay.
When you don't wear. Oh, there we go. I've fixed it by making it negligible, so it sets it as light when not worn. We could just leave it at that for now.
I guess we can try to identify the chalice.
The Chalice of Oz thing that I'm now holding rather gingerly because I'm like, I don't know if I'm about to break this thing.
What did I just call it when I made it?
The lead lined vault vase.
Holy Grail.
Strange vase.
Shit, I love it.
There we go. I will tell you right now. Go ahead and roll your crafting check on it. We'll see if that works. No, it did not.
0 point.
Yikes.
Yes, it did.
The
Yikes
swing.
revoked.
I will. Let's go here. I'm actually now gonna have to. That's the scroll case. The strange vase. We are gonna click edit, and and click save, and it is now unmystified. Yes, you guys guessed correctly. It is some sort of ritualistic containment vessel. That's what you can tell. from your check. What ritual it was used for or what it was meant to contain, you have no clue.
Maybe something we might need at some point. Sure. Interesting.
Oh, we have it, so hopefully we can keep it safe.
Well, there might be somebody in one that knows. We can get some information from somebody in the city that knows what it was used for.
Mhm.
We're lucky.
These seem to be artifacts related to Orion, at least in some respect. Maybe if we take them back to the church or to the Sun Warden.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you like to grab something else?
Yeah, let me grab the dial next.
Okay.
Dial and mirror.
So you grab the dial. What you recognize is that as you actually pull it and it solidifies, it's got some markings on the outer edges of it. It's internally, if you've ever played with a sextant before, where you have these dials and down dog.
Oh.
It has some sort of dials on it that if you were to move them, it would cause some inner mechanisms to start to slide around and line up with things on the outer side. The other thing that you notice is it has the same the same markings as the vambrace had on them, as well as the symbol that's on that bar wall/door.
Confusing and strange mechanisms. They can give that to the man who uses a firearm. Clearly he knows what he's doing with weird things.
Yeah,
Technology.
just like
On-
load it
on-
off onto Bedrock.
All right. Well, I'll try to identify it then.
Go ahead and roll your crafting. Jeez, 2 in a row.
Let's go.
You are not allowed to any mystery or us figuring.
Nah.
Wasting them now, not for combat.
It will. I'm just gonna drag it. I'm not even gonna mystify it before I
Here.
put it into your party stash.
Here.
Party stash. Open that back up, and it is called the Beacon. There we go. It is in as equipment. It's called the Beacon Dial Anchor. It acts as a key to that wall in front of you, as well as it has some adjusting things that possibly are used to adjust to some sort of settings that you don't know what they are currently.
Last but not least, the
we
mirror.
have-
The mirror. Let's go. Grab
Sorry,
that.
what were you saying, Batrook?
Oh, I was just saying that we know there's a door further in, I guess, now, too.
Well, yeah, it's that one that's right there in front of you with that symbol on the wall.
I didn't think there was a door there. I just thought
Oh
there was
yeah,
a symbol on
that's
the wall.
that's a door.
Okay.
Yep, I thought I'd describe that. Okay, and the last item is the mirror, and yes, you definitely grab it. It's easily grabbable. It's a handheld reflective plate. It does have some markings on it. This one, Kothar, I would let you use your thing on.
Oh, sure. Yes, I will roll. I'll roll a religion check. Should I do it blind or can I do this publicly?
You can do it publicly, so we can humiliate you.
I will. If that's a, if that's a fail, I'll use a hero point on it.
Yeah, that one is a failure.
Gotcha. That's better. 22. Well, 32.
Yep, because I give you +10 if you roll less than. So the writing, you can definitely tell it's Arianic in nature. It seems to mention some sort of Arianic order that you have not heard of before, and you would have heard of it. It's called the Flamebound Order. I'm going to click save, and I am going to drag this. Why do I keep closing the part? Oh, I can just hit the letter P. How about that? Why do I keep closing the party stash? Because I'm a fool. And that is called Velen. There's a piece of equipment. It's called the Velen Mirror, and I'm going to fix that letter R. It's a handheld reflective plate. Once used by the Flamebound Order, can reveal memory echoes if aligned under celestial convergences. And I
start wandering around town with this mirror, being like, pointing it at things.
I feel this joke would work better if Effie was here, but I feel. Effie, I think you enjoy admiring your physical appearance. I think so. Mirror. I don't know.
Somebody hit him with the mirror.
Cats and grooming, you know. I got like. Yeah, help. It's a useful tool.
Uh-oh.
I realize now that if we have these items, does that mean we'll get attacked again?
We were going to
I
be
think
attacked
even
again
with
anyway. Just for having
without
the key.
these, they would be hounding you for that ring. Whoever these individuals are, if they are connected with the followers of Orcus's lieutenants or some other third party. But we know that that dial gets us beyond that door. I think further answers will be found down there.
Well, if any of you would prefer not to deal with that, I won't hold it against you.
No, I think we're seeing this one through.
Yeah, let's
A
go.
little too late now.
Yeah, no, I've put this thing on my arm and it's readjusted to fit me, so I think it.
He's committed now. He's locked in.
Yeah, I don't know if I can even take it off.
Buh.
You're gonna have to strap that vase to your back.
Well, let's go see if we can
Tried
get this
packing it
door
away.
open.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the dial and try to figure out how to open the door with it.
Okay. It's really easy. It aligns right up to the top, fairly straightforward. Like straight up and down, it aligns, and you don't even have to get it close. You just kind of you rotate with your hands a little bit, and as you get it so the top is pointing towards the top, so the glyph symbols align with it, the door again slides down, and let me get the description of this room. A round chamber opens into quiet vastness. You see glyphs rotating around a suspended obsidian pool. Wisp drift, speech without sound, memory without mouth. When the party approaches, the echo-stilled fragments stir in the air. The guy that led you down here stands beside you now. Not as a gatekeeper, but as an observer. And he says, ask your questions. The vault will answer, but it will not forget you were here.
Yeah, does this resemble my dream? And do any of these memory things resemble the memory wisp that we saw before? Or fought before?
They do not resemble the things that you have fought, no.
Gotcha. But does it resemble my dream?
Not in the manifestation that it is currently in, no.
Okay.
I am going to fix this. Artwork, backdrops. I swear. Oh, 225. Oculus Vault. Oh, observation Oculus. That's why I couldn't find it. I was looking for the Oculus Vault. That would be Y update, and let's see if it gives you the right picture now. Yes, there we go. We have that fixed. That stands before you.
On this guard, did you say there was like a gatekeeper figure? Sorry,
The guy that met you when it went from to monochromatic that was leading you down here. He is just staring at this thing going, oh, wow, type of thing. Like he's never seen it before.
Okay. And he said we can ask questions of it, but it'll remember us being here.
What does that mean exactly?
Memories and whispers are trapped within, but once they're released, who knows what happens? I've only heard about this. I've never seen it. You're the first to open it since I've been working here.
And how long have you been working here?
A little over 2 decades.
Well,
What should we ask it?
I'm gonna fix a macro really quick. Make it easiest on us. Yeah.
And is this thing, from our understanding, is this thing a repository of just past knowledge, or does it sound like it's more like it can tell us anything, including stuff that's happening like right now?
From the gist, you think as the word being archive, it's probably past knowledge.
Okay.
And one more. And I'm gonna click this. I have just put 4 different possibilities for roles. As you guys look at this, I'd like each of you to choose one of those and click the die that's there.
Okay.
We don't need to worry about repeats, or
Nope, don't have to worry about repeats on this one.
I'm gonna go for religion.
well, I'm not +0 in all of these.
a small improvement. Small improvements.
Alright.
Oh no. Oh no.
I assume there's no circumstance bonus to this either.
Not on this one, no, because you're not interacting
wait.
with somebody.
I forgot. I've got the +1 from until the morning of the 5th of Dawn March +1 circumstance bonus to Arcana and Religion.
It really matters for this.
Yeah,
part.
it didn't matter for your role.
Yeah, no, I okay, yeah, no, I did good.
And Effie is gonna do a society.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Patrick and I be like,
Hunt, any
interesting thing.
hero point?
Yeah, I can use hero point.
Yeah.
Let's see. Reroll using a hero point.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What
Is
were
this
you
individual
rolling?
or like a-
No, this is an individual check. Hans, what were you rolling? Occultism?
Occultism.
Kothar. As you investigate, trying to understand what this thing is in front of you, you notice the chamber bigger on the inside than you'd anticipate from the other small room that you just came through. Seems to be tight. Your footsteps echo within here. As you step, the beacon plates on the floor, you see one of them still pulsing. Weak. Low. But unmistakably divine in origin. With your religion check, you sense that invocation in this room would fail entirely. Like the voice is gone. Like there's something sealing you away from Arion in here.
Like I feel my magic is like entirely cut off.
Yes.
I think you guys kind of hear like with that feeling a slight growl under Kothar's kind of breath. Oh, this place is
Batrock,
locked away.
you notice that there are symbols on the floor very similar to the symbols that are on the dial that you're carrying. And one of those symbols on the floor is pulsing.
Try to line the dial up with the symbol, see if anything happens.
As you adjust the dial so that the outer edge marking that kind of moves around when you tweak the dials lines up to where the glowing symbol is on the floor, the room's temperature starts to drop, and you feel an impounding pressure amongst all of you. The air starts to taste metallic. Around where you see those alcoves in that room, you start to see what you guys, anybody that has arcane or divine abilities as protection wards, start to glow on those alcoves. Then within that wisp, you see a man, old, aged, appear in there. You start to see a repeat of the visions that you saw during Kelthor's healing. But these are clearer. You actually do see the actual ritual of consuming echo happening on Kelthor. No longer as a memory, but as if they were actually happening. And with that, you're able to realize things that you were never able to realize before. That Harnack, you recognize the region that this happened in is very near a location on the Mangagoy Isles called Driftwood Bay.
Okay.
The six of you get the sense that you may have possibly learned the location of Malthus. With that, the pulsing rune that was on the floor disappears, and two others start to pulse.
I will use the dial to line up with one of the pulsing ones.
Okay, I would like you to roll a 1d2. And that would be number 2. The wisp in the center of the room starts to shift. You all see a dim chamber of red stone. A dying Euryxie woman, her scales worn and dulled by exhaustion, cradling her newborn. Red-scaled, bright-eyed, swaddled in woven dawn leaf. Her breath is ragged, but her eyes burn with certainty. As she holds her son close, her vision flickers, and a being of golden radiance appears before her. Wings of reflected flame fold back behind its back, and its form pulses with the warmth of dawn, though its face is hidden within the glow. She does not flinch. The air grows calm. The angelic figure kneels, a voice soft like bells rising after a storm. This child bears the spark of reversal. The tyrant's name shall falter at its echo. Name him not in sorrow, but in flame. The being gently extends a hand, touching the child's brow. A sigil blazes there. Ko, Bar, Flame, Star, etched in celestial and Euryxie glyphs, glowing momentarily like the rising sun. The woman's voice, though strained, carries unwavering clarity as she whispers to her child. Kothar, so the shadow will know its end. May you show my kind what forgiveness truly is. The echo fades and shifts again. The night is deep and silent, save for knocking at a sanctuary doors. A young dwarven cleric pauses in her scripture study, grumbling at the hour, but the sound of a weakened voice calling, "Help! Help!" draws her from her books. She opens the door to find this Euryxie, bleeding and barely standing, a hide-wrapped bundle cradled in one arm. She stumbles forward, pressing the child into the cleric's arms, and utters her final words. Words the cleric would not understand until years later. Protect him. Protect my child, so he may show my kind what forgiveness truly is. The dwarf, stunned, peels back the hide to see a newborn lizard folk, scales the brilliant impossible red. She looks at the elder's gaze and nods, even without knowing why. The female lizard folk collapses, her final strength spent, and her final thoughts is not fear but peace, knowing she has followed the stars and placed her son beneath the Dawnbringer's light. And across the child's brow, unseen by mortal eyes, the name Kothar glows briefly, like flame on stone.
I think Kothar probably falls to his fucking knees.
Oh,
And
look,
just-
cute Kothar baby.
Kothar, are you quite alright? It's okay.
Kind of destiny.
I thought it was. I thought when my mother left me, I hoped it was. We always said it was Orion's will, perhaps, but she knew that the church would not be prejudiced against me and would take me in, but I did not know that. Did not think. An angel. I'm sorry. I need a minute, please. Kothar kind of gets up and kind of slinks away a bit into the shadows of the room, and begins praying to himself, probably in Uruk-hai rather than in common.
And I will adjust the dial to the next Lowy Sigil.
Me? Okay. As the wisp starts to grow again when you'd make the adjustment, the memory unfurls in a glow-like shimmer, forming the image of an isolated stone cottage shrouded in pine and stormlight. The walls are inscribed with words, scrolls, bone-carved fetishes, and sigil-etched driftwood line the shelves. In the center, you can't tell what it is, but you see somebody kneeling in meditation beside a dim ember brazier. A sudden pulse flares at the door. 3 figures step through the ward lines. You are seeing the vision from the one that was kneeling. He turns, you see a poised elven female dressed in violet ink ceremonial robes step forward. Her voice cuts through the stillness with cold certainty. She moves like a ripple through starlight, tall, statuesque, wrapped in a midnight mantle woven with fading constellations. Her hair is plaited silver black, her eyes glinting with the pale blue sheen of planar attunement. The left side of her face bears an arcane surgical seam, barely concealed. Every step distorts the ground slightly, as if gravity twists to accommodate her. Warven son, keeper of the Hammerline, you've held your secrets that are not yours to keep. The voice from your vision says, you dared defile the ground with this planar hunger. This medallion is not a key for you. The woman again says, it is a conduit, and the glyph is older than your oath. Your vision shifts again to a wiry human female dressed in reinforced soot leather tech gear and a single scribe bracers crouching beside the entryway. Sparks dance along her knuckles. She moves like a wire in a windstorm, scar-knuckled, grease-streaked, and twitching with kinetic impatience. Her oil-slick jacket is webbed with runic fuses and segmented armor plates. A high-voltage thrum pulses through the copper lattice embedded in her spine. Her right eye is a grafted lens. Her left cheek bears stylized flame-wrench tattoo, half burned into the skin. Skip the ritual, Velis. He's not talking. I'll take that hammer piece. You carve what you want from his brain. And then the man says, you think intervention is licensed? This is legacy. Justice doesn't answer to thieves. Then the tech-laden one says, progress doesn't wait for permission, old man. And then stepping into the doorway, you see a third figure. The echo trembles as a gaunt humanoid figure shrouded in layered crimson robe hovers at the edge of the room. No features are visible beneath the hood. They move like a shadow across broken glass, fluid, angular, and disturbingly silent. Their robes shimmer with shifting runes that rearrange when not observed. Each breath releases a shimmer of distorted air, their voice layered, spoken once in a whisper, once in a scream, both at once. Enough! Your quarrels delay convergence. Strip the anchor. Silence the bloodline. We need only the glyph. You raise in a glyph disc. You stumble back as the medallion on your chest begins to hum violently. By Grabthar's hammer, by the sons of Warven, may you be unmade by the fire that follows. The first one says, you're out of time, cleric. You see blades arcing, the medallion being torn free. Your free fingers twitch once more towards a rune wall, and then all falls still. Then the memory shifts. A golden echo fractures once again, this time reforming in a firelit room of stone and packed soil. Small curls lazily from a hearth and herbs from a cook fire that you smell. A boy barely 9 winters old sits cross-legged on a woven mat. Before him, bent with age and marked with scarification, kneels an ancient dwarf whose voice cracks with time but rings with weight. Listen well, little flame. This, and he lifts the medallion that you saw before, is not mere steel and silver. It is a story sealed in metal. A bond older than our clan's claim to name. He presses the medallion into the young one's hands. The child flinches as it starts to hum. When the world cracked and time wept, we stood at the edge of all things. The gods faltered, but Arion did not. In a time beyond record, on the bridge of severance, they sealed his vestige. Not to destroy, but to preserve. To wait. The scene shifts, no longer the cottage. The sky above is silver and broken. 10 figures stand in a circle atop a black stone span hanging over a sea of stars. At the center, a sunburst shape of living light struggles within an arcane seal. The beacon was formed from silver of his flame, a piece too great to be scattered. It was hidden in a cliff, buried beneath basalt and oath fire. We were there, child, our line, called not for strength, but for remembrance. The medallion grows brighter in the boy's hand. Each generation it is passed, not to wield, but to guard, to wait for the time when the light must burn again. You will keep it. You will carry the name, and should the world grow cold, you will show them how to burn. And the vision fades with the elder's hand closing over the youth's, the medallion between their palms, the fire reflecting in both sets of eyes. And with that, the room comes back into view, and the wisp is no longer in the center of the oculus.
And does Hans recognize?
Oh,
You-
yes, you recognize Warven's son and his death.
And he falls to his knees. And he says, by Grabthar's hammer, by the sons of Warven, you shall be avenged.
Hans, are you also not alright?
I will be when those 3 are dead.
Kothar might have, after finishing praying, probably having watched that vision, like side-eyed to other thing, will kind of. I'll let Tian, if you want to say something first, just does walk over like he's going to say something to Hans afterwards.
I take it some of that showed some of your past. Also, Hans.
Yep. Well, not so much mine, but my mentors.
Your mentor was the dwarf. Was the child you?
Was the wizard who was killed by the 3.
Oh, sorry, I might have missed something. So there was the wizard who originally died by the first 3, and then the dwarf in the second one was a different person?
No, he was the youth. Was a double flashback.
Okay, flashback within the flashback.
Yes, it was a double flashback.
Okay, dwarf gave amulet thing to young boy. Young boy grew up to be wizard.
And
Wizard
that
was mentor to Hans
yes,
and got killed.
yeah.
Do you know who the three are?
No,
That'll be hard.
I will.
This place knows more about us than it is more than just an archive. It can see into our pasts. Is that all that can answer? Bring up confusing, just haunting memories?
As you say, haunting memories. Again, that wisp is gone, but throughout the chamber, Kothar, you feel your connection come back. Then the chamber starts to glow in a bright light, and instead of the weird sigils on the ground, that entire circular oculus is now circled with Arian's name in every language that you recognize, and you believe that the other writings that go around the center have Arian's name in other languages that you do not know. And they start to glow.
Don't bring it hears me. Orion, if you speak through this vessel of knowledge somehow, if you can hear me, where do we go? Who must we face to ensure the safety of Mangagoy and the Outcast Isles from Orcus and his lieutenants? We know much. There is much to uncover. If there is a sign, anything you can give, please.
How can I word this?
Oh, we lost Tian. His internet might have killed.
Oh no!
Might have been
I
killed.
want him to
again.
come back.
That's okay. We can
The
wait a
gods
minute.
came. The gods entered, and
The gods entered and Tion is gone.
Orion, please give us a
That's the
sign.
message from
Tian
Orion.
disintegrates.
That bird, get rid of that bird.
Bird.
I need that bird here.
I didn't think I was going to get a traumatic vision of my mother's death again.
No.
Not so soon.
Not the trauma.
Not the
No.
trauma, no. But
No.
also, turns out, I was blessed by an angel. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty good. That's a good backstory.
I thought I was a demon baby. I mean, I still am a demon baby, but I'm not entirely a demon
The angel
baby.
came along and went like, nah.
As soon as Tion gets back, I know what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be fun.
The demon shows up.
It was something I was not anticipating doing for your group yet, but I'm going to.
Oh.
Because
Oh,
of
no.
the what he said.
Revelations.
Yep.
Revelations.
I beg too much. Please
Because of his begging.
Begging too much.
Sorry about that.
That
I'm
happens.
internet today,
Yeah.
but
It must be them cutting all them undersea internet cables again.
Gotta love that. Gotta
when
love
they put up the barrier around the Outcast Isles, they accidentally cut off all the fiber cables
Cut off all the fiber.
under the ocean. We're having to rely on sigil-based internet connection.
Trying to find the exact location. There we go. I found it.
sorry. I have Outrising internet.
Ow.
But
No good.
Okay.
No good.
yeah, basically what Tian was gonna say is like we should get out of here.
Okay, but I think my god was about to show us something.
Yes, your god was about to tell you something.
Remember, kids, wear sunscreen outside. My sun is really hot.
Imagine.
The pillars that are in front of you, they turn into a wall that's covered with murals. Some of them are cracked. You see bridges in space going to a sphere. You all hear voices in your head. No words coming out audibly. The gods built these bridges not for glory, but retreat. There was something coming, a hunger not of a realm, not of ambition, but of unbeing. And then in your minds, you all hear the words, the Dark One. This planet was untouched, no one knows why. A spark of sanctuary spared while the stars fell. You see millions and millions crossing these bridges. You see worlds on the other end of the bridges bleeding. Then you hear the words, but even this sanctuary breeds pursuit. The Dark One turned towards the bridges. It tried to cross, to unravel this world as it had rest. But the gods stood together one last time. They broke the bridges, shattered their own works. Each severed strand cost them more than we can measure. Some say we weakened ourselves. Others say we changed. All I know is that after this, the divine chorus no longer sang in harmony. Then you look, you see stars above that are foreign, alien constellations half sketched across the night. Coming across one of the bridges, you see a vast host of Iroxi standing on the edge of the new world, Thalade. Their scales glisten like wet rubies, sapphires, and emeralds beneath the light of two moons. Tribal leaders bearing staves of molten crystal, and at their head marches Ratak, broad-shouldered, gold-scaled, eyes like obsidian suns. On his back, a jagged blade barbed with celestial iron. He raises his hand and speaks, but the echo offers no words, only a sharp feeling, conviction, protection, destiny. The Erexi cheer as they step across the final threshold. The bridge fades behind them. The vision fractures. You now see Ratak alone, kneeling at a great obsidian monolith in a jungle hollowed, choked to mist. His voice whispers. The gods have dimmed. The light wavers. Where is Arion's fire now? Where is our dawn? Then another voice answers, low, coiling, like a blade dragged across wet stone. Dawn burns out, but shadow, strength lives on. I offer not hope, but dominion, not light, but eternity. Take this crown, Ratak. Let fire die. Let your people rise anew. From the myth slithers a large serpent-like creature with jaws half seen in shadow of the trees. A coiled crown of bone and obsidian hovers above his hand. Ratak reaches out, and the jungle dies. And then Kothar, you alone here. This is how I lost one of my people. And then the walls go back away. The pillars reappear. The words with Arion's name are still around the circle, but they're not glowing as brightly as they were before you asked that question, Kothar.
With
I'm very much not doing myself any favors asking more questions today. Someone else, please. These revelations. Frankly, I've been saying this a lot today, but I think I need another minute.
Take it, and then maybe we should get out of here.
Are you sure that them? I do not know if there's more to know or more to ask. But
Oh, sorry. We should go.
You're right. I'd look to the bookkeeper or the guy who kind of came in here with us.
His face is pure pale white at what he has just witnessed. He looks at you, waiting for you to ask.
We must go. But if we have more questions, would we be able to return here to ask them when we're ready?
He looks at Tion. As long as you have the key, you may gain entry.
All right.
That is what I thought, yes.
Who built this place? Do we know? Do we know its source? Is it Orion? Is it someone else?
This chamber was pure and unknown. I do not know when or who built it, but it's rumored to have been here before the city was founded.
Just like the mosaic. Jim, that figure, Ratak.
Yep.
I know you described him as golden scaled and such.
He was a lizard folk, yes.
I work say myself. Did he have any distinctly different features from myself?
Um,
Other than the golden scales? Or was he similar build, height, that sort of thing?
He was a lot taller than you.
A lot taller?
Yes, lot taller. I'm not going to go into the trope that all lizard folk look alike.
Yeah.
But he was a lizard folk. He had golden scales instead of your red scales. He was a warrior, and from what you could gather, he was some sort of tribal leader that led the Uruxi across this bridge.
Gotcha. Seemingly a bridge from one world to this one. Okay. That's cool. Guys, we might all be from space.
Space!
I mean, technically we're in space if you think about it.
Yeah, but you know
But
what I mean.
Tien wouldn't know that.
Yeah, I think with all that, then Kothar will kind of step back and then say, all right, I didn't want us to go if this was the last time we could be here, but let's get moving. You're right. No, I probably give Hans a nod, but then I'd probably move a little bit closer to I'll give Tien a kind of a nod, but then I'd probably move a little bit closer to Hans and maybe just put a hand on his shoulder and give him a look of like we both been fucked up a little bit by what we've just seen.
Intentional.
Oh no!
You hand the GM a loaded gun, you know he will shoot you with it.
Look, I was expecting to become a Fire Emblem Lord today.
Gotta get a promotion out here.
So you guys make your way out of the Oculus to the vault, back to the umbral chambers, into the dang it, it did it again. And I switched the image. Make your way back to the streets of Mangagoy. Let's just do it that way. The one that I know works. The time that you spent inside there, as you get out, you realize you spent a lot more time in there than what you thought. You thought it was about an hour, but it's more like 3. Based off of where the sun is in the sky now.
The place is not a normal realm. It's clearly a demi-plane, maybe? Something of that nature.
May I ask perhaps a strange question?
Sure. Oh, you're asking him? Okay.
Oh, is that directed towards Kothar? Sorry.
It's directed towards like all of the party.
Okay.
I guess where would one go around in the city to like relax after a long day?
I think right now we are still in the aftermath of a riot. I mean, I would say personally, some time in prayer and reading of old stories in the church has always done me good. But maybe not a typical example. Don't think anything about me is typical after what I've seen today.
Usually I would just spend some time meditating, but for some reason I just can't find the concentration today.
We go back to your father first, maybe. Check in. Maybe ask him about make sure that that's all okay, and then maybe I think the artifacts, I feel we should maybe take them to someone of the Orient faith with more authority and knowledge than myself.
We could probably find somewhere we can secure them. Might be difficult given the state of the city, but the vault wasn't exactly secure anymore. Couldn't guarantee it. Perhaps the church would be better off holding on to them.
Can we leave that for tomorrow, perhaps?
If you want...
After everything that just happened, it's... understandable if it's a lot going on. No. Fair.
No, it's... You have the ring. As long as... And you are... Well, actually, no, the time's passed. Take another one of the ribbons, maybe. And if you go where you wish, Tian. You've earned that much. I think I'm going back to the church. I need... And anyone who wishes to come with me is welcome.
Divvy up some of the artifacts if everyone's okay with them going back to the church.
I suppose I shall go back home then.
Okay, let me...
I mean, if we want to, if we want to go back home to your house first to check in, but then if you want to just stay there rather than go to the church, then
that works.
That's all. Yeah. Just.
And you guys are group 3.
Yep.
Yes.
Boom. 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 And boom.
What we're being boomed with.
And
Can we get 5 big booms?
Oh no, that means we're all. What the, oh.
I just cut and paste out of Obsidian the things I've got marked as tavern inns within Mangagoy. You should have access to that journal that has them listed in there for you now. So I just showed it to you as a picture, but you should have access to that journal entry.
Eighth of Fire Dining Hall, Crate and Cart, Dawnlight Parlor.
Which one are we staying again?
You guys were at the Velvet Lantern before. You've had a meeting there.
Okay.
Yeah, so you were staying at the Velvet Lantern before.
But, you know, if you want to upgrade to the Drowned Rat, you know.
But the closest one will be the Either Fire Dining Hall because it's in the Highhold Rise.
Yeah.
And so is the Dawnlight Parlor.
Yeah, I guess the Dawnlight Parlor sounds like, is that related to the Church of Orion or the Faith of Orion at all? Or is it just the branding?
Trying to find it on my list. The Dawnlight Parlor. It's just because it happens to be near. It's one of the. It's not directly tied. It's named after it, trying to get stuff. You know, people from the church to show up there. You know.
Okay. Which district is the Church of Orion, and then so there's the Church of Orion, and then there's the Houses of Healing, which is the more like joint effort between the Church of Orion and Lunara, right?
The House of Healing is a school, and that house, the Glow Quarter is where your church is located.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, they're both located. And the House of Healing is here in the Highhold Rise.
And that's where we did the ritual for Calthorn's healing.
Yes.
There.
Yep. And then you went to the Glow Quarter, went down below grounds, and had some fun down there.
Gotcha.
The lane you're in now, Binder's Lane, it has like apartments, guild headquarters, the Whisperable Archive that you were just in. I could actually go to that location, make it easier.
In regards to,
it's got some general stuff. I'm just going to add a page to that journal for Inns and Taverns. I'm just going to add a page and call it Binder's Lane. Do that, and we're going to go Control V, and I'm going to click Save. And there's a new page in there that shows what's in Binder's Lane. I can go ahead and
in regards to so Willow stayed at the Church of Orion, but someone Korath is at the City Hall, right? Last things were.
Yes, he was at the City Hall.
Gotcha. Okay.
He was going to try to recover from his injuries while you guys went to find skullduggery.
And mischief. We have uncovered much of it.
We went out to find skullduggery and then promptly found the skullduggery.
Okay.
Crazy.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my ending screen and let my credits flow.
Nice.
And then I'll be right back to you in a minute.